Family business has a unique power. It brings loved ones together around a shared goal and creates space for mutual support. When relatives start a business together, trust between them grows stronger. And trust, that's the foundation of any successful business. In a family enterprise, each member takes responsibility for the whole. It doesn't matter what field someone studied or where they work. What matters is their contribution to the family and to society. That's a duty we all share. Leila Irsalieva is an IT specialist. Her first experience in business came from a simple wish to help her mother with her work. Later, inspired by their mother's advice, Leila and her sister Camilla took a bold step. They launched a business of their own.
My first experience came from working with my mom in her printing business. My sister and I spent 4 years there, learning everything: how to work with suppliers, with clients, how to build and manage processes. We were lucky to have that kind of support from our parents. Later, we decided to take the next step, and Mom invested in our idea. That's how our story began in 2018. We started working more independently, and with our parents' support, we launched a European brand here in Kazakhstan.
In business, the support of loved ones makes all the difference. Leila Irsalieva built a successful printing company from the ground up. Today, she has fully automated its operations and taken the family business to a whole new level. When you truly understand the intricacies of your craft, you can always identify the most effective and profitable ideas. That's exactly how this entrepreneur inspired her daughter to follow in her footsteps. Experience shows, unlike large corporations, family businesses adapt faster and respond more flexibly to change. And that's how a new idea was born, one that turned into a thriving venture.
Конечно, нужны инвестиции для этого. И полностью я была инвестором этого проекта и тоже помогала им. Ну, не только помогала, вообще полностью.
Of course, a project like this needs investment, and I was the main investor from the very beginning. I didn't just support my daughters. I was fully involved in every step. The three of us, me, Leila, and Camila, started this journey together. That's how our second family business was born, a coffee shop. I've always wanted my children to grow, to work, to follow in my footsteps. When you build something together, it's easier. With experience, I knew how important it was for my daughters to have their own business. And when you work side by side, you can talk through every challenge, every idea. Not just the three of us, but the whole family. My husband, the girl's father, and our son, we all sit down together, discuss and decide how to move forward. That kind of support means everything. And having a shared business brings us even closer. Our friends, relatives, and neighbors, they all come to visit us. It's a big circle of support. I truly believe family business is a beautiful thing. We learn from each other. Sometimes I teach them, sometimes they teach me. We're always exchanging ideas, and that's what keeps us growing.
Я учусь у них, где-то они у меня учатся. Поэтому это вот мы друг друга всегда идеями поддерживаем тоже.
We started with a coffee shop. For the first 4 years, we sourced baked goods, pastries, and hot meals from various suppliers. But once we opened 3 of our own locations, we realized it was time to launch our own production. It made more sense economically. 3 years ago, we bought our first equipment on installment and decided to give it a try. It was a big step. Production is a complex process, and we were nervous. We had no prior experience, so we weren't sure if we could handle it.
Business always carries risk. If you start with doubt, even the best idea can falter. But when you study the market, understand the demand, and stay committed to your goal, orders grow, revenue rises, and hard work begins to bear fruit.
When you start your own business, the first 3 years are all about hard work. Only then do you begin to see the results. We've been in the coffee business for 7 years now, so things are much smoother. We have a strong team in place, a manager who oversees operations, and a system that runs efficiently. Right now, we operate 2 coffee shops with full kitchens, plus 5 more locations. The team is well coordinated and growing.
They began with a modest facility, just 65 square meters, basic equipment, and 3 employees. But over the past 6 to 7 years, the business has grown into a full-scale company. Today, more than 30 staff work in 2 shifts with round-the-clock operations. The company's potential has expanded significantly, making a new chapter in its journey.
Производство работает в 2 смены.
We run a 2-shift operation, producing high-quality food using only natural ingredients. No chemicals, no unnecessary additives. Our facility currently produces 8 to 10 different items, both during the day and at night. Hot meals, fresh salads, croissants, and a variety of filled pastries, all assembled with care.
Изготовление основное круассанов и сборка их начинками.
Today, the company produces a wide range of baked goods, from pies and buns to puff pastries, desserts, and hot dishes. Products are delivered daily to 7 of their own coffee shops and more than 25 partner cafes across the city. Each day, the bakery team prepares over 1,300 fresh items, ensuring every location is stocked with warm, fragrant pastries. To support this, the company invested in a refrigerated delivery vehicle, guaranteeing freshness, flavor, and timely service. Strict quality control is maintained at every stage, from dough to doorstep.
Our very first product was croissants. We've always started with them. Now our production volume is much higher because croissants remain the most popular item in our coffee shops. They're also one of the most technically demanding to make. Working with puff pastry isn't easy.
Изготовление круассанов у нас отличаемся тем, что изготавливаем на сливочном масле.
What sets our croissants apart is the quality of ingredients. We use real butter, no vegetable substitutes, no additives. We follow strict production protocols, and for fillings, we use cream cheese instead of mayonnaise or anything artificial. That's the value of our croissants. They're clean, natural, and consistent. Whether it's the day shift or night shift, no matter who's handling the dough, the process is followed to the letter. And that's what ensures the quality of our product.
Как не был, четко соблюдаются все технологические процессы, что немаловажно для качества продукции.
Today, we're not just making croissants. We've expanded into a full line of baked goods, toast bread, bagels, and other popular items for coffee shops. We also run our own cafes, and now we've started baking fresh breakfast breads. We're developing a brand new product line.
In Kazakhstan, small and medium-sized businesses receive strong government support. One of the key goals is to turn entrepreneurship into a lasting family tradition, passed down from generation to generation. Leila received a loan through the Underis program supported by the Damu Entrepreneurship Development Fund. With this backing, she expanded the bakery and purchased new equipment through a subsidized loan from a second-tier bank. Today, the business operates in a 120 square meter facility, and thanks to state support, there's already an opportunity to nearly double its size.
В этом году у нас планы на производство. Мы сейчас будем увеличивать наш цех до 240 квадратов.
This year, we're planning to expand our production facility to 240 square meters. Our volumes are growing, and right now, the workshop is operating at full capacity 24/7. We're also planning to open more coffee shop locations, and we'll be hiring new staff to support that growth. These are our goals for the year. And looking ahead, we dream of building a standalone facility, a fully designed kitchen factory where everything is planned from the ground up. For a business like ours, it's incredibly helpful to have support. We received funding not only for expanding production, but also for working capital, which is essential in the food service industry. It's a complex field, and we're truly grateful for the government support that helps small and medium-sized businesses thrive.
Такое дело сложное, и мы очень рады, что от государства на самом деле есть такая поддержка, которая поддерживает малый и средний бизнес.
Business never stands still. It demands constant reinvention, fresh ideas, and a commitment to learning. That's exactly how this entrepreneur works. She studies, explores, and adapts, always striving to meet the need of the market and the expectations of her customers.
Когда ездишь куда-то, путешествуешь, везде снимаешь, смотришь, что в мире есть новинки.
When you travel, you film, observe, and discover what's new around the world. These days, platforms like Instagram and TikTok make it easy to spot global trends, and we try to bring those ideas into our own business. We also explore locally, studying what's in demand in our market, because every audience has its own preferences. That's why we always stay alert, refreshing our product range regularly. We have a head of production, a pastry department, and a bakery, and we're constantly updating our assortment. We also make it a priority to support local Kazakh producers. Right now, we source our flour from Kostanay, and we continue to purchase ingredients from domestic suppliers.
Мы берем из города Костанай, нам привозят оттуда, да. Ну и разные, конечно, закупаем наши товары казахстанские.
In business, initiative and hard work are essential, but even with those, achieving stability is never easy. Every venture comes with its own challenges, especially in the world of production. Here, every step must be calculated, every product monitored for quality, costs kept in check, and staff properly trained. Equally important is maintaining high standards, ensuring timely deliveries, and preparing for unexpected disruptions. This company has addressed all these factors. Internal operations are well organized, every employee knows his or her role, and production follows strict technical guidelines. According to the entrepreneur, a dedicated cost accountant oversees every detail with precision.
Раз в месяц мы
We conduct full inventory checks once a month, sometimes even in between. We're very meticulous because in production, everything comes down to numbers and calculations. But it's not just about math. You have to put your heart into it. You're working with bread, with food, and that means you're sharing warmth with the world. Even when hiring staff, we look for people with positive energy, because through food, you're given kindness. That's why we always try to build a team that reflects that spirit.
In any business, team unity plays a vital role, whether it's built around family or hired professionals. In production and service, what matters most is commitment, a shared sense of responsibility, and a drive to grow together. Today, with trends emerging not monthly but daily, staying ahead of the curve is essential. And that means offering customers a product that's not only high quality, but relevant and fresh.
сейчас
Our head barista is incredibly experienced. He helps us develop new drinks, and the team contributes ideas too. One of our best sellers right now is the nut latte. When you travel, you notice what's trending globally, and our team is young, progressive. They know what's popular both internationally and here in Kazakhstan. We study the market and update our menu every season to match what people are looking for.
сезон, конечно.
Right now, we're refining all our internal standards. Last year, we went through a full rebranding, new name, new identity. Now we're rewriting our operational guidelines from scratch, repackaging our brand, and preparing to expand even further.
In a family business, a mother's support is more than financial. It's a source of wisdom, trust, and emotional strength. Her intuition, her early experience in printing, and her ability to run a business with care and precision became invaluable assets for her daughters. After returning home from their studies abroad, they immediately embraced a new venture. The first steps weren't easy, but their mother's words, "I want to keep growing this business," along with her unwavering belief in them, became the spark that inspired their bold beginning. Her experience wasn't just about rules and routines. It was about instilling the spirit of entrepreneurship, teaching resilience and attention to detail. In food production especially, quality and cleanliness are paramount. She taught her daughters to work with integrity, to put heart into everything they do, and to offer warmth and kindness through their products. Her dedication, honesty, and work ethic became a living example. Thanks to her guidance, her daughters grew into confident entrepreneurs and achieved professional success. And today, as she watches them carry the family legacy forward, she feels the greatest joy and pride.
То, что ты вложил когда-то, где-то сначала, конечно, это
You know,
ценно.
first of all, it's a deep sense of pride.
Передаешь
You realize that what you once invested, starting with your family values, has now grown into something bigger. Passing on experience and watching your children grow, not just in business, but in mindset, that brings real joy. I always say, live in a way that your children are proud of you and you're proud of them. It's one thing to see how they've built their own business, but it's another to see how they treat their team, how they care for their work. Loving your business, that's what truly matters. And that's when success follows.
Очень важно. И тогда будет успех.
Leila shared that compared to the early years, her business has grown stronger and now generates significantly more income. Starting out was far from easy. As the saying goes, bread is earned through hard work. She faced many challenges and setbacks along the way, and those lessons became part of her story.
We've now shifted to full in-house production, and it's made a huge difference. This way we control everything: product quality, output, and consistency. Before, we spent 4 years relying on suppliers, but it was tough. Some wouldn't work on weekends or holidays. During Nowruz, for example, we'd go 5 days, not knowing where to source from. Now our workshop runs 24/7, and so do many of our coffee points. Some operate daily, others around the clock. It's much easier when you manage the entire process yourself. You know exactly which ingredients you're using, you oversee quality, logistics, everything. At any moment, you can deliver what's needed, restock, and keep things running smoothly. That's why we've closed the loop. From sourcing coffee to baking pastries, we handle it all in-house.
To sell a product successfully, strong advertising is essential, but it must be backed by quality and demand. Over the years, these entrepreneurs have earned customer trust and never stopped searching for new ideas. They actively participate in exhibitions and campaigns across the country and are often among the first to support charity marathons. During filming, we witnessed one such event firsthand. In a city of over 1 million people, there is no shortage of businesses offering similar products and services. Store shelves are filled with options, but to hold your ground in such a competitive market without compromising on quality or price, without losing your loyal customers, that takes extraordinary effort. And while managing all this, preserving the warmth of home and the unity of family remains the true heart of any family business. Business is a journey, demanding but deeply rewarding.
It's always scary when you're on your own. But when your parents stand behind you, when your spouse supports you, it's so much easier to move forward. There's less fear, and you feel more confident taking the next step.